What's up, everybody? Blink Esports in the building. We got the one and only NRS legend, Scar. We got Top Siete. What's up, guys? This is it, man. We got a dope interview coming for you guys, and I'm excited.
Yeah. Yo, Oscar, thank you so much for joining this tournament and for saying yes to the Blink News Sport organization and to the Blink All Star. So, the first question is a general question. Tell us a bit about yourself and how do you get to the eSport world?
I started competing around 2012 with the release of MK9. Before that, I was just gaming casually. But I had always been around fighting games like Street Fighter and, the early Mortal Kombats. But it wasn't until MK9 that I really started trying to play on a different level instead of just playing casually. And, I went on YouTube and looked up combos, tried to mimic them, and one thing led to another, and started playing online, got better there, and then linked up with some guys down here, which was the Combat Houston boys, and then started to learn the more competitive side of things, and then the rest was kind of history. Started traveling with them, and was able to do some pretty amazing things. You fast forward, and I made a pretty good name for myself.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome, man. And it's crazy because when you talk about it like that, bro, going back to my competitive start, I'm pretty sure Top Siete's competitive start's all pretty similar. Like you start off somewhere, you get interested in it, you start searching up YouTube, the combos, bro. It was just like that for many of us, I feel, bro. That is hilarious.
It wasn't something that happened overnight, though. I mean, for I'm pretty sure like everybody can attest to that. Like you got to go through a lot to finally get that breakthrough, and you never know when it's gonna come. For some people, it never comes. People don't know what it's like to stand on the stage and stuff like that. But you got to start somewhere. You got to take your L's, and the most important thing is you got to learn from your losses. A lot of people can't even get that far because they stuck in the mindset where this is broke, and you know how it go, but they don't really hit the lab and figure out why they lost and their troubles as a player. So it takes a special kind of individual to do that and to keep pushing, and even through the losses. Most people would just give up, but if you truly want something and you truly enjoy what you're doing, then you'll figure out how to overcome that obstacle.
Okay. That's cool. Yo, sorry, what is your question for Scott? What is your question?
All right, let me ask you. And this is also a question I'm interested in. Not only as like interview type question, but what would you say is the key for becoming a pro player in a NRS title, a fighting game?
In general,
what would you say is like of the most important aspect of it all? The most important focus of it. What is the key?
I think it's a couple of them. I think one of them being is like I said, learning from your mistakes. And I think one of the mistakes people have is not learning, the small things. But those small things are very important things, like frame data and footsies and stuff like that, because that's learning frame data is what's going to let you know what to do and what not to do. A lot of people play on field, but really knowing your data is what's going to let you know what moves to make at what point. It's going to really help your decision making. And even though you can disrespect a lot of stuff, you got to know when to disrespect, when to respect. Another thing is training with great people, training with people who are better than you. You don't want to get comfortable playing against people who are going to show you one different style of fighting. You want to get multiple. If you're fighting against a Liu Kang player, you want to at least have like 3 Liu Kang players in your staple. That way you get a different feel. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get stuck down playing the same person, because then you're gonna go out in tournament and lose to somebody who doesn't play like your training partner. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing. And then another thing is in NRS games specifically, I feel like, and a lot of people got this from Sonic, I feel like you have to play multiple characters if your character doesn't cover the whole character roster. If you have a character that maybe covers 90%, then you're gonna have to pick up the other character who can cover the other 10. If your character can't get it done. You see a lot of people doing that now. You see a lot of people picking up multiple characters. A lot of the top competitors do that. I don't think we see anyone who is in that top slot who are just sticking to one character.
No, nobody, bro. Nobody at this time.
And I think that stopped after MKX, when people seen Sonic doing so well. He had a character for every matchup, so I think people took notice of that. And I think the competitive standpoint, I feel like it went up after that. You know what I'm saying? So I think those are the things. It's just some of the things that you have to look out for when you're trying to reach those heights. You gotta live by those rules.
100%. And it's crazy because being a part of that history, like, you live through it, starting from Mortal Kombat 9, going to Mortal Kombat X, going to MK11, you see that competition rise. You just see it all get tougher. All these players are adapting, they're evaluating, they're learning. And who knows? I mean, when they come out with the next Injustice game or the next Mortal Kombat game, competition is going to be even tougher.
It's tougher. And every brand in NetherRealm is so different. So some people from Mortal Kombat 9 never play Mortal Kombat X because saying I don't like this game.
That's
and
another
some
thing.
people from Mortal Kombat X don't play Mortal Kombat 11. So, but if you are a competitive player and you are in the level of the eSport, you need to adapt to the game. That's it. You need to adapt. Yes, yes. And like Scar said, you need to play minimum 2 characters in this game to win. Minimum 2.
Oh yeah,
there's 2 minus.
I mean, I feel like there's the certain people that are able to make the characters work for every matchup. They'll like go deep knee into the dirt to just find everything that will just make the matchup that much better for them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to think of a character loyalist here that kind of backs that up.
I think the closest to that we have right now is maybe
Curbolicious.
Kerbo.
Well, yeah,
Kerbo is
Kerbo.
a correct I say that Kerbo don't play Mortal Kombat X because Cabal is not in Mortal Kombat X.
Kerbo is a very good example. But I feel like even that character is gonna be a time where it's just gonna be hard because I don't feel like that character. I don't feel like that character covers the majority of the matchups in the game.
But you're gonna have to work your butt off to make it work.
Yeah, I mean, even then, maybe your best is probably not enough depending on the matchup. You know what I'm saying?
Poof.
So,
Joe, what you think? What do you advise to a new players in the eSport, in the fighting games, to new people try to join this war? About what is your advice to these people, bro?
The people who are trying to join, what do I?
Yeah.
So like the newcomers?
Yeah, newcomers.
What advice do I have? So advice that I have to the newcomers, don't give up. If you lose, I mean, it's part of the process. Don't give up. And try to learn from every loss. Try to learn what your problems are as a player. Try to identify what problems your character has, if any. And if you do make strides in this space, make smart decisions on sponsorships. Know what the paperwork is that you're dealing with, because it's a lot of opportunists in this space. A lot of snakes who will take advantage of you if you have the talent. They feel like they can take advantage. So make sure your paperwork is right, and make sure before you sign with sponsors, man, that you're getting the best deal possible. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure you guys have seen, just like me, over the years, man, it's been some pretty shady stuff, specifically with the fighting game community, man, and NRS.
The time, all the time.
Yeah, so make smart decisions if you start making a name for yourself in this space, and just have fun with it, man. I wouldn't say we're there yet as far as this being your main focus out the gate when you do get into this realm, into this space. I would say make sure you have something else in place just in case, because not everybody, like they say, they got a 1% and a 99%, and it's hard as hell to make that 1% to get those 1% perks. So like I say, make sure you have a plan A, plan B. Yeah, because I know when I was doing this, man, it wasn't always, I wasn't always doing this full time, man. I was working 9 to 5s, and I was out there just like anybody else, man. And I did this as a just a hobby, you know what I'm saying?
It's a hobby, yeah.
And you know, I didn't plan on it being like this, but it just so happened because the strides that I made inside the scene. So
Yeah.
it's just my little tips, man. When you start not make sound, smart decisions.
Smart decision, that's really important. Yo, señores, esto fue todo por la entrevista a Scar en este Blin All Star Mortal Kombat 11. Nos vemos en la próxima. See you in the next one.